Annie was touching up her makeup using the car window as a mirror when she suddenly noticed an eerie sight: a pair of bright red eyes peering at her from behind the dark glass. Before she could react, the car door unexpectedly swung open. Annie quickly backed away, but an unseen force dragged her into the vehicle. When Annie regained consciousness, she found herself trapped in an underground labyrinth surrounded by dark earthen walls and flickering lights that created an incredibly eerie atmosphere. The only clue she had was a puzzle cube lying beside her. Hungry and thirsty, Annie curled up on the cold ground, staring at the game piece, consumed by fear. Realizing that solving the puzzles on the cube was her only hope for survival, Annie mustered her courage and began to decipher them. As soon as she cracked the first one, the sound of a lock clicking echoed through the chamber. Annie cautiously pushed open the door to find a bag on the floor. Inside, she discovered a burger, which she promptly devoured. Successfully solving the second puzzle revealed a clean bed. It dawned on Annie that she had been drawn into a cruel captivity game where her captors would only provide her with basic necessities if she continued to solve the increasingly difficult puzzles. Desperate for water, Annie searched the maze but found no trace of a source. The only thing she discovered was a filthy toilet. To survive, she had no choice but to force herself to drink the polluted water, causing her to break down completely. In a fit of anger, Annie hurled the puzzle cube away, only to immediately regret her action. She realized that, in her current situation, the cube was her only hope for staying alive. Just as she retrieved it, a small bottle of clean water appeared before her. Suddenly, Annie heard a faint crying sound. Following the noise, she discovered a locked door with a note containing a code. Using the numbers on the note, Annie turned the lock and carefully opened the door to find a girl with her hands tightly bound behind her back, clearly another victim of the game. As the girl emotionally recounted the origins of their predicament, she abruptly grabbed a sharp knife and pointed it at Annie, who quickly slammed the door shut in fear. Despite the girl's pleas, Annie refused to reopen it. As time passed, a foul stench began to emanate from the girl's room, and Annie realized that the girl's game had come to an end. Returning to her own room, Annie noticed movement under the bed covers. Lifting them up, she discovered a small kitten hiding beneath. The kitten became Annie's sole source of comfort in her confined existence. Due to copyright restrictions, this is as far as we can take you in the story of this movie, titled In the Maze. If you're intrigued, be sure to check it out for yourself.